And I am a dating and relationship coach. I'm also a speaker and an author and educator on relationships and how to find and attract the love, the forever love that you are looking for. And I am here with my dear friend and amazing coach, health and wealth coach, Helen Levine. And we are here to have an amazing few minutes, half hour with you to tell you about an amazing workshop we're doing. And it's for single individuals, single women who want to get unstuck. And this is really Helen's line, but it's beautiful. It's her forte. And it's her business line, and I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell you all about it. And then we're going to tell you the amazing workshop that's coming up on January 18th. So over to you, Helen, to introduce yourself, please.
Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth, for that lovely introduction. I'm Helen with Health and Wealth Coach being the main name, but for my singles, I'm known as the Get Unsingle Coach, since there's a track record of formerly what I call chronic singles who are now happily unsingle, whether they're now married, engaged, or dating happily in the relationships that they never really saw as a possibility anymore because some of them have literally given up on love. So that's something that we are here for today because we want to make sure that you do not give up on love. You do not give up on yourself because it is available. It is your right. It literally is your birthright. And there are just certain things that have possibly prevented you from finding that partner, from finding that alignment. And the work that I do is I help people uncover that internal programming that stands between you and that relationship that you desire. So it could be some trauma that you have held on to. It could be some old patterns, some limiting beliefs that you're carrying that you might not even be aware of, some old programs that may or may not even be your own. So, all of this is something that keeps you in that state of feeling, like Elizabeth said, maybe it's just feeling kind of stuck or trapped or unable to break the cycle. And that's why we're here today to talk about this upcoming workshop we're going to be hosting on January 18th via Zoom. It's going to be powerful where I'm going to dive deep into my entire methodology of how I help my singles get unsingle and how you can do the same in your life so that 2023 can be a very different experience for you. So you can finally revive your love life and have the success and joy and happiness and abundance that you desire and you deserve because we all deserve to live our very best lives. So, Elizabeth, I'd love to have you share what your part of the program is all about because it's potent and it's directly connected. And as we will merge the two together, it's going to be incredible. So, go ahead, just share your part.
Absolutely. And incredible for this month in January, the start of 2023. And as Helen has said, chronic a long time being single. And if you desire to have love in your life, that is so important. And if you've been single for a long period of time, and being single for 6 months or longer is the definition of chronic. And the longer you stay single, it's harder and harder. So, I have clients who've been single for longer than 8 years, and that's nothing to be ashamed of, but it is time to ask for help. And help is easy to get to, such as Helen and myself. And we're offering this workshop at a very nominal price. And it's the price of going out for dinner, actually, very nominal. So, the how? We want to emphasize the how. And but let's talk about what's holding you back and why is it holding you back? And let's talk about, the pain of it, the pain of loneliness. You're sitting back and it's Sunday night, let's say, and you're watching the TV, or you're flipping through online dating and you're seeing, you know, the possibility, or one more, and is that person really telling the truth? And unfulfillment, the lack of fulfillment of online dating, the frustration of it. And oh my God, one more year ahead of the lack of not authentically finding or organically finding that person that you're yearning for. So if online dating hasn't been working for you, or you're even afraid to find online dating and you don't know how, or you're still hurted from a broken heart, and that may have happened a year ago or 2 years ago, and you still haven't healed, and you don't know how to get over it, and you're just feeling stuck. Or many women who are in entrepreneurial world or business world that have been financially abused, or women who've been psychologically abused or physically abused and fearful. So there are many reasons for why you are still single, and we want to help you break through that barrier. So how? We are going to help you figure out this how and crack into getting over this hump or through this barrier. So my part of this in the workshop is to figure out your key core values, one big component. So I'm going to cover two of the pillars of this 3-pillar component. Two of the pillars are the key core values. The one pillar is the key core values. So you'll be figuring out your key core values that are specific to you. And then when you figure out your key core values, we're going to then figure out your attachment style. And attachment styles happen when you are born and raised in your own family. And key core and attachment styles can change over time. However, if you don't know your attachment style and figure out the attachment style of your previous or most current relationship, you will figure out what happened in that relationship, or how you were in that relationship, or how you've been in previous relationships before that, and how you may want to change, how you want to pivot, how you want to transform to get to how you want to attract. And I'll give you an example. Our workshop is rich and in love. You can get a rich one just as well as you can get a poor one. That's the title of our workshop, and it's a little bit of a hook. We'll admit to that, but it's true and it's science-based. And I'm a perfect example of that. I did not have a good first marriage. I got 2 beautiful, beautiful children out of it, and I don't regret that for one second. However, it was not a good marriage. And for many reasons, it was in a situation of lack, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually, psychologically, everything. It was lack. Intimacy, everything. It was lack. The marriage I am in now is awesome, amazing, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And we are going to show you how I'm going to show you how I made those transitions from key core values, attachment styles, and Helen's going to show you the how in her health and wealth coaching. So from my pain points, what were my pain points? I was lonely. I was fearful. And I didn't want to be alone for the rest of my life. I didn't. I didn't want to be alone traveling. I didn't want to be alone on Saturday nights. I didn't want to be alone in restaurants anymore. I was a little bit envious of my friends and partners. My girlfriends had wonderful partners, and I was the third wheel. And every Friday night, my girlfriend Catherine and her boyfriend Steve, they would call me and take me out on their Friday night dates, and I would go from 7 to 9 with them. And they were so sweet taking me out on their Friday night dates, but they'd dump me by 9 and say they were going to go home and to their pile, and they'd make a pile. This was their little code. And I knew what that meant. Hey, you get out of here. And I always thank them for taking me out. They're so beautiful, but they were going home for their fun activity. And to make their pile. Wink, wink. I never, but now I can make my own pile. So I let you in on that little secret. So you know I have fun, Helen. So those pain points, I get it. And I know you have those pain points too, but you don't have to. You can get unstuck. You can have that beautiful person. And you know, in my posts on all my social media, you're going to see the the brochure or the landing page on where to register for Rich and in Love, January 18th. So a week from today. So click on that for the early bird pricing of only $79 US. And you're going to get to that workshop 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 3 hours. It's going to be blanking awesome. And it's going to be a great time with Helen and myself with practical, no nonsense, tangible how to change to attract that partner you want. And not only tangible, amazing, using your core values, knowing your attachment style and how you need to massage and change that to attract the love that you want. So
Exactly.
over to you, Helen.
You said it so beautifully, Elizabeth. It's really, I think a lot of times people feel so trapped and confused and almost lose hope because they keep on doing something, the same thing over and over, right? They keep on dating, they keep on trying to put themselves out there, or they keep on hiding and they're not even putting themselves out there, or they go to see a therapist, or they maybe see a matchmaker. But the truth is, if you keep on bringing your old self with you wherever it is that you go and into every new date and into new relationships, then what happens is you're bringing all the same patterns and the same triggers with you into that date and into that relationship, right? So the point is, if you keep on bringing your old self with you, you're going to keep on bringing the same results, the same outcomes, the same type of people that you've been attracting. You will continue to attract those types of people again because you can't run away from yourself. So, this is why we're here to help you actually understand what has been keeping you in that loop and how you can finally break that cycle. How can you understand what has been the root cause of that so that you can finally do something about it, change the outcome, change your own patterns, and recognize what maybe needs to be seen, what needs to be healed within yourself so that that version of you can attract a very different type of a partner that you've always wanted, but just didn't know how to get there. That's why we're here. And this workshop is going to be powerful. And while Elizabeth is going to cover, just like she shared, those attachment styles, which you may not even know what your attachment style is, and those core values that you might not necessarily have thought of, right? So then what are you consciously attracting when you're being unconscious of it, right? How many people go on dates and they really don't even know what they want out of their relationship or why they want that relationship to begin with, right? So once you start to comprehend that about yourself, then you can attract from a very different energy, from a very different mindset and point of view and a point of being, really. And once you start to understand everything that I'm going to go into, once Elizabeth covers all of those parts with your key core values and with your attachment styles, I'll go deeper into what brought you to have those values and to have those attachment styles to begin with, and that it's not your permanent state of being. You can always change that. You can transform your life. You can transform your reality. You can co create a different reality for yourself by first becoming very conscious and aware of what has been holding you back so that you can finally heal it, release what needs to be released, and bring in that which you really do want, right? So hopefully that makes
Absolutely.
sense.
And life is a choice, okay? Life is a choice. So here is the choice of you don't take our course, okay? You're sitting here and you say, "Oh, I know my core values." But you know what? 87% of the adult population do not know the key core values. So you
Interesting.
think, "Oh, I know." And here you are, you do take our course. Well, chances are you're going to be much closer to getting the result you want. But if you don't take our course, chances are you're going to be in the same position as you were the year before.
Yeah.
So
Or
if
maybe
you're
even 10 years before.
yeah, the year before. So as my dear friend Helen says, it's a no-brainer. So we want you to come to our course. We invite you. And we are awesome coaches. We absolutely are. We have a great deal of wisdom, we have a great deal of heart, and we invite you into our world for 3 hours. And it will be awesome. And it is science based that where there is love, there is wealth. And where there is love, there is health. And where there is love, there's resistance to disease. There's all kinds of it. And this is by John Gottman in the Institute of Love out of the United States. And also in Canada, out of the Canadian Heart and Stroke Institute, out of last year's studies, this is well published, that loneliness is directly related to heart and stroke disease. So loneliness is connected to death, heart disease, and death. So if you choose love, if you choose you want love, act on it. And the bravest thing you can do is ask for help. And I've certainly done this in my life. And another thing is regret. So many people, adults at the end of life, regret acting on love.
Yeah.
I don't
And I'm
want you to
wearing a
be.
love shirt today for my
There
love
we
sweatshirt
go.
for our conversation to attract more love energy frequency into this conversation and into the world in general.
That's amazing, Helen. I have a sweater with pink hearts on it. I should have worn that today. But anyway, we invite you to love, but it's you. We call to action. It's you. Helen has amazing love in her life. I have the love of my life. But we have it. We invite you to take the next step. So we're offering something pretty awesome, and
Indeed.
it's rich in love and abundance. But yes, the bottom line too is rich in coin as well. So,
And
but
love
we
is a
want
frequency.
and love. Go ahead, Helen. Sorry.
Love is a frequency. It's a vibration that you can be in alignment with once you, again, kind of resonate with it and understand how to bring yourself into that alignment in case you're not currently in that place. And this is who we're speaking to, is the audience that truly is not in alignment with the frequency of love, so that you can finally shift that, so that you know how to do that, so that you understand why you have been in a state of misalignment. And that's okay. It's not your fault. It's just something that happens due to our past, due to our life experiences, due to our story that we tell ourselves, and all these things that come into play. But the truth is, just because things have not been working out before doesn't mean that you have to continue living that way. And this is your greatest opportunity knocking right now in January of 2023 to finally do something different and change your entire life, change your dynamic, shift your frequency, and become in alignment with love. So, we definitely want to welcome you to this beautiful workshop. We really hope to see you there on January 18th. And you can look at my page or Elizabeth's. I'm a health and wealth coach on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, health and wealth coach. And Elizabeth on her page where she's sharing all of the stream right now. So send us any DM on any of those platforms, whether it's LinkedIn or Instagram. If you have any questions, feel free to ask either one of us. We're happy to answer anything that may not be clear. If you have any concerns, any questions, if you have any questions about what we offer, what we're all about, if you want to know more about us, you can check our testimonials. Mine are available on my Instagram, on my website. Elizabeth can share hers. And just don't hesitate. When the opportunity knocks, sometimes all you have to do is just open the door.
Absolutely. Yes, so click on the link on all of our postings, and you'll see testimonials right there on the registration page for the course. So, yes,
Beautiful.
we've said it all. Pain to the outcome of love. With the choice is yours. We don't want you to be stuck in loneliness. If you want your true love, your forever love partner, if you want to change your love journey, get unstuck. We're holding you a tow line here. We'll get you unstuck. We're throwing you the lifeline here, or
That's
the tow.
right. That's right.
Yeah. And what two amazing ladies right here. So much love from Elizabeth and
From
Helen.
Helen.
Yes. And I hope you have a great day. Uh, This is a no brainer. And we hope to see you in our course next Wednesday, 6 p.m. It'll be by Zoom. You'll get the Zoom link and a downloadable workbook, amazing workbook. This workshop is for you. And click the link and register.
That's right. We'll see you there.
Bye
Sending you
bye.
love.